Now for something a little different. As you all know, Akshay and Aasha learned their craft at the Nritya Madhavi School of Dance. They've forged deep friendships with other students who grew up along with them in their dance careers so far. Some of those students are here today and they've put in a lot of effort backstage as well helping out. But they would like to share some memorable moments and hopefully some really fun stories about their time with Akshay and Aasha. So please, can I invite Akshay and Asha's friends up on the stage, please? So I think first if we could invite the boys over, Rahul, Nishant, Pavan and Suhas.
I'd like to congratulate Aasha and Akshay on this accomplished evening. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Suhas, a friend of Akshay's for way too many years. I met Akshay about 8 years ago, a few weeks before I'd begun dance myself. In fact, the very reason I joined was because I was watching one of Akshay's performances and I was absolutely blown out of the way. I became a part of the Nritya Madhavi family and grew close to Akshay, Pavan, Rahul, and Nishant, making a cherishable memory of every week. Fast forward a couple years and I somehow ended up in India. I don't know if any of you have ever moved before, but one of the things you'll learn is that you tend to lose touch with people. No matter how long you've known someone, no matter how close you think you are, distance always makes people drift apart. It's just how it works. But I can honestly say that no one made as much of an effort to keep in touch as Akshay did. To this day, my back still pains from when Akshay mauled me with a hug last summer after I'd seen him after 2 long years. Even after I came back, Akshay's passion for dance still never ceased to amaze me. I vividly remember in the week before college applications had begun, all the seniors were talking about how they had to do their college applications and were so worried. Even in these crucial weeks of his high school career, Akshay remained dedicated to dance. He said that he couldn't come out for my birthday because he had to practice for a dance performance in the upcoming weeks. He did make it up to me later by giving me this multi-purpose pen, but that's not the point here. No matter the circumstance, Akshay has always made dance a major part of his life. This fall, Akshay will be attending the California Institute of Technology, ranked top 5 in the QS World University rankings. The thing that sets Akshay apart from everyone else really is his determination. When Akshay makes a decision to do something, it happens. Whether it's in academics, dance, or simply running, Akshay does it and he does it like no one else. Akshay, I'll never forget everything you've done for me, and thank you, Venu Uncle and Divyanti, for this opportunity to speak today. Have a good evening, everyone.
Hi, good evening everyone. My name is Pavan, and for those of you who don't know me, I was the 5th guy to join a dance class. So before I share my thoughts about Akshay, I would like to first recognize the efforts of 2 people, and that's Venu Uncle and Divyanti. Without the both of them, they wouldn't have made this event possible. So clap it up for Venu Uncle and Divyanti. Yeah. So I could talk about both of them all day, but I was only given a few minutes to condense an 8-year friendship with Akshay into a few minutes, and I won't even get to talk about how Akshay gave me an AP calculus book for my 15th birthday and a multi-purpose pen to go with that as well. So I want to begin with how we met. So I want to take you back about 8 years to when I first joined dance class. I was about 7 years old at the time and was in the 3rd grade. And after crying because I was made fun of by my friends for being a guy who took dance classes, it was satisfying to know that I wasn't alone. There were 4 other guys at the time. It was Rahul, Nishant, Suhas, and Akshay. And after a couple of weeks of taking dance classes with them, I was able to classify each one of them. So Nishant and Suhas were the guys that I hung out with. We'd be fooling around in the corner while Divyanti wasn't looking. And Rahul was Rahul. He was too cool to hang out with us anyway, so he was doing his own thing. And then there was Akshay, nicely sitting in the corner, reading a book that I didn't know about. And at first, what I thought was, what a nerd. Didn't he have anything better to do than read? I mean, he would only hang out with us once in a while, whether it was in class or at programs, and that was about it. So, I mean, we barely hung out. After all, he was 3 years older than me. He probably had better stuff to do and better people to hang out with. So, I think the time we really got to hang out with each other was after Suhas left for India. Wait, so yeah, after Suhas left for India, it was just Nishant, Akshay, and I. And because of this, we really got to hang out a lot. We both were dragged to random Indian functions, so we ended up spending a lot of time together. And what I've learned from this, spending 8 years with him, was that he was a totally great friend. Even though we were so far apart in age, he was dedicated, hardworking. I mean, the kid runs 8 miles a day, and he worked his way into Caltech, something I could only dream of doing. And so yeah, because of that, I'd like to congratulate Akshay on doing such a great job today and having such success in anything he did. And thank you to Venu Uncle and Devyanti for giving me the privilege of speaking today. Thank you.
So sadly, I was not given a multi-purpose pen for my birthday. It was actually my 17th birthday. Akshay and his friend Aman came over. You know, they spent like a couple hours there. I thought he was going to give it to me, but I just didn't get anything. So I've known Akshay for a really, really long time. As in, I don't remember the first time I met him. We had to be like maybe like 2 or 3 years old. But the earliest memory I have was one summer day. We were both sitting in his living room. I had to be like 4 or 5 at the time. And, you know, we were just sitting there doing what 4 or 5-year-olds do. You know, he had all of his toys out, and, you know, there was just this one really cool toy he had. It was like a Bob the Builder truck. You know, so we were sitting there playing with this truck, and finally my mom comes over and she's like, yeah, it's time to go. And I was like, but the truck, right? So, as I'm leaving, Akshay looks at me and he's like, here, take the truck. And I was like, just looking at him like shocked, like, this was the truck to have. And he was giving it to me. And, you know, that's when I learned that Akshay is the most caring and giving guy I know. You know, if you need something, you go to Akshay. If you need summer reading books, go to Akshay. If you need a math textbook, go to Akshay. And if you need help with your homework, go to Akshay. So, a week ago, I was sitting here thinking, you know, what am I going to get Akshay for his Rangapravesham? And then it just hit me. I had to find that truck. And so, 12 years later, I am giving Akshay back the truck he gave me back when I was 4 or 5-year-old. So, oh, where's Akshay? I kind of want to give it to him in person, actually. The Akshay? Alright, I'll put it on the present table. Alright, so, you know, as nice of a story as that is, my main takeaway here is that Akshay is a caring and giving guy, and he's one of the best people I know. So, let's clap it up for Akshay.
Good afternoon. Yeah, I'm not the best at the speeches, so I'll keep it short because there's also a long line behind me. So for those of y'all that don't know me, I'm Rahul. I was the first one to join among the guys. I remember when I first joined, back when I was probably about 6 or 7, we didn't have the nice dance studio or the hundreds of students. We were in Vin Uncle and Devyanti's basement, maybe 20 to 30 of us. Still me, only guy, didn't really know what I was doing, kind of just got dragged in with my grandma. And yeah, I mean, I was a shy little kid, so I didn't really know what I was doing. So I was always quiet, didn't really talk to many people. And a couple months passed by, and eventually, I guess Devyanti thought we were ready for our first program. So being the only guy, I was obviously like the odd one out. Didn't know where to put me, kind of was just there. And Akshay was around my age, just a year younger, so I guess she figured it's a good time to get him started too. I know it took me and Uncle a little bit of time to come around to it, but eventually he came around to it. So for the longest time, me and Akshay were the only two guys that pretty much were in the dance class. Everyone knew us, we're always the shortest ones, the troublemakers, always got yelled at, but at least it wasn't just me on my own or him on his own. We were always there getting in trouble together or getting praised together, usually getting in trouble. So now it's been, maybe 11, 12 years, and Akshay's always just been there, always been a good friend. Yes, we're not the same, nowhere near being the same, but we always got along very well. Very good friend. Thanks for being a really humble friend and a really good friend as well. Congrats on coming this far, and good luck with your future endeavors. Thank you.
All right, thank you guys. And I wasn't trying to intimidate them about not saying anything too bad about Akshay, but he is my little cousin, so I did warn them ahead. Okay, now let's hear from some of Asha's friends.
Andariki Namaskaram. My name is Nandini. Asha and I have known each other since before I can remember, because I actually can't remember that far back. We have been friends since we were toddlers and have been practicing together since we were barely 5 years old. I have many fond memories of our performances and of the dance camps held by Nritya Madhavi every summer. One particular memory I have is when Asha and I performed the item Gajavadana Beduve as a duet. As you all have seen today, she presents the dance with grace and beauty. I remember being nervous about remembering the item, but Asha was the one who memorized it and helped me to learn it. It was thanks to her that we were able to put on a wonderful performance. Asha and I go to the same school, and I know just how hard she works in drama, choir, sports, and many other commitments. She would come to dance class exhausted after a concert, a drama rehearsal, or a swim meet. And yet she showed the same, if not more, enthusiasm and energy as the rest of us. She continues to show her dedication and great time management to us as the years go by.
My name is Sameeha. Asha has been my friend for a very long time, from the young age of 3. That was the age where we shared our favorite memory of all, placing Sleeping Beauty stickers under a hockey table to decorate it and make it prettier. She's very kind, loving, and carries a positive vibe along with her everywhere she goes. When I stepped into dance class for the very first time, I was a bit intimidated and scared. But being the optimistic person she is, she approached me and helped me become familiar and comfortable with the place. I have this one memory where my sisters and I needed to learn Jaimu Jaimu in one day. Of course I was terrified and I thought I wasn't capable of memorizing it, but Asha took her time to help us memorize and perfect the dance. I have to say that over the years of coming to dance class and spending time with her, she always gives her all in everything. Never did I once see her slacking off. As Nandu said, Asha is not only involved in dance, she's also involved in various other activities and after-school clubs, yet her energy levels are sometimes higher than some of us who don't really do much. Today she has done a fabulous job so far, and all the hard work and effort she has dedicated to dance is showing.
Congratulations, Asha, on your Rangapravesham, and good luck with your dance career.
Andarki Namaskaram, I'm Brunda.
And I'm Sameera. Let me start off by saying Aasha and I had known each other for a long time, and throughout the years, she had shown what it means to be a professional dancer. Aasha's dedication to dance is like no other. For instance, staying up for hours learning a new dance. I remember when she taught us Jaimu Jaimu in a day. By the way, thanks for keeping up with my moaning. But when we performed on stage, it was flawless. She's become a role model to the dance community and understands that perfection comes with hard work. I think we can all agree we're speechless looking at the jaw-dropping performance. Congrats, Asha, and keep up the great work.
Everybody can dance, but it's the drive and passion that makes you a dancer. I have known Asha long enough to know that she can dance, and she can dance very well. But she also dances with passion and dedication, making her the ideal dancer. She dedicates her time to the art form by practicing a new dance for hours until it becomes nothing but perfection. She dances with expression, energy, and really captivates the audience. Aasha had come across many wonderful opportunities, and she got the opportunity to also dance for many dance associations. No wonder she's gotten all these great opportunities. She's a phenomenal dancer, and she's showcasing all her skills today. Congrats to Aasha, and enjoy your special day. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ananya.
And I'm Sanjana.
I would like to thank everyone for coming out today to see Aasha and Akshay's Rangapravesham. I hope everyone's enjoying the performance so far, and they've done a fantastic job. It's amazing to see how far Aasha has come from learning her first step, and Sanjana and I are both proud of her.
So, on behalf of everyone at dance class, we all seen how hard Aasha's been working, and we all had really high expectations for how she's going to do today, and I can safely say that she definitely exceeded those expectations. I can hardly remember a time in my life when me and Aasha weren't friends. Our parents were already pretty tight, but we officially met on the first day I joined dance class about 9 years ago. Like any other 4 and 5-year-olds, we would pass time by collecting pieces of dust in the back room and convince ourselves they were sparkles. So the two of us practically grew up together, and people would even ask us if we were sisters most of the time. And I was only given a minute up here, and I don't know when Asha's going to hear this, but she's been doing so well, and we're all really happy to see how well she's doing up here today.
Just like Sanjana, Aasha and I have shared some great memories. Aasha and I were always a little Radha and Krishna of the dance class. Divyanti always told us about the dumb things Aasha and I would do, whether it's making Ritz cheese masala crackers, getting our Barbie phone back, or unexpectedly performing Bama Pravesham when we've never learned it. Aasha had to do a surprise solo that day. These are just some of the very few memories Aasha and I hold together through our 9-year journey, and I hope we have many more. Behind this crazy, loving, silly, short girl, Aasha's a sister I could never have. There's never a dance class day that goes by where I'm not laughing with Aasha. Sometimes I don't know what I'd do without her, and I can't wait to see what she does in the future. Aasha's always been there for me, and Sanjana and I are really lucky to have her, and we want to congratulate you on the huge accomplishment. We could never be more proud of you, Aasha. Keep doing your best. We love you.